There is a...
You see fell to what? Setra the imperishable.
I hear the Kadef.
Fortify our location. This brooks action. Secure the perimeter.
I sense items of power.
What do you require? I am a fount of knowledge.
Leader of Assyrian's navy. Who can brave the hostile
Oh
war?
wow, I already have 4. Okay. Well, maybe I should train
The
some
navy
Oceans.
demands fresh recruits.
Only 1,000 gold. And he does buff them off at crap time.
Seeing far requires more.
Because they normally only have 24, he gives them 47.74. Wow, how much does he buff Oceans left? Wow, he really buffs the crap out of his Oceanites. Okay. Oh wow, he gives them crap.
My
Maybe I do
standards
replace
are
these.
exacting.
More Oceans. Could be interesting.
I have little patience for lax behavior. The world is full of evil.
At your service.
Alright.
Across the waves. My prowess is needed. Turn them loose. You need me?
The winds are rising.
Prince. There will be carnage.
I shouldn't be able to
You summoned me?
Standing by.
6 influence, 30 influence.
Lord of the Phoenix Court. I will lead the Asur. Leave nothing without. I serve the king. Journeying. Fury fair.
Who am I gonna gift it to? Oh wow, he gets +6 if I go to. Well, okay, that's actually OP. That's not that good.
The Asur have conquered. Ready to march. Moving out. What do you require?
Ladriel, grant me your sight.
I mean, did they have to make her so
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
Okay, so it is the problem, I guess.
What news?
But Liberus shall rise again.
I'm gonna say he recommended this one. 700.
Hoy! Yes, sir, stand by their friends.
Not one.
Citra does not.
No glory. Only service.
Isn't there a tech that gives you like? Yeah, that's the one. +1 allied recruitment capacity for the army. That one could be good.
I shall effect changes.
See what changes. Oh my god, that's the.
Hey, Tom. In American pop culture, the mafia is often romanticized. Movies like The Godfather present it as an organization built on the inheritance of $2 million is his ticket to freedom, a chance to live the American dream in Florida. But as these scenes prove, in Tony Soprano's world, financial independence does not buy freedom. It only makes you a more lucrative target for exploitation. The first scene, occurring right at the beginning of the episode, sets the stage for the entire conflict.
My sports book down in Roseville. Bacala, still making things unpleasant. I got you something. You, call me kids.
We find Eugene and Tony in the back office of the Bada Bing strip club. The setting is crucial. This isn't a family dinner or a friendly hangout. It is a place of business. The room is dark, cluttered with files and money counting machines, symbolizing the true nature of the relationship. The interaction begins with a bribe. Eugene hands Tony a bag containing high-end David Yurman watches. This moment is essential for understanding the power dynamic. In a normal friendship, a gift is an act of affection. Here, it is a transaction. Eugene knows that to get Tony's attention, he has to pay for it. He's trying to sweeten the pot before asking for a favor. We must look closely at Tony's reaction.
18 karat gold, diamond center.
Why do we get the feeling there's a jeweler somewhere found an insurance claim today?
Actually, that ain't what it is.
Tony is a materialist at heart. He loves the objects, but he has zero interest in the person giving them to him. The logic here is sound but cynical. Tony sees people as resources. When Eugene gives him the watches, Tony is happy. But the moment Eugene asks for something in return, Tony's demeanor shifts instantly.
She left me an inheritance stone, just over 2 mil.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Make sure you invest it.
Eugene's argument for leaving is based on logic that any normal person would understand. He has inherited a massive sum of money, $2 million. He wants to take his wife and children to Florida to escape the stress and danger of New Jersey. He even frames it around his health, mentioning that he will be 50 years old soon and that his father died young.
I was thinking about buying a place in Fort Myers. Retirement, actually.
He is pleading for his life, quite literally. He is telling Tony, I have the means to survive without crime. Please let me go. Tony's response completely dismantles the idea that the mafia is a job you can quit.
Tyron, what are you, a hockey player?
This line is incredibly revealing. In professional sports, players retire when their bodies give out. Tony is implying that in a world there is no retirement age. You don't get to walk away just because you have money or because you're getting older. Tony then pivots to a manipulation tactic that is common in abusive relationships, guilt. He brings up the oath.
You took an oath, G. No retirement for you.
Furthermore, Tony uses economic logic to trap Eugene.
What about your sports book? You have responsibilities.
Penny, we know Bobby wants it.
Eugene is a good earner for Tony. If Eugene leaves, Tony has to find someone else to run those gambling operations, which is a hassle. Tony isn't worried about missing Eugene's friendship. He is worried about the interruption to his cash flow. The scene ends with Tony saying,
Just
Time
go back
for
1 week.
action.
Let me think about it.
to a hopeful person like Eugene, this sounds like a maybe. But looking at the scene analytically, it is clearly a delay tactic. Tony keeps the watch as the bribe, but he gives nothing in return. He holds all the cards. By refusing to give a straight answer, Tony keeps Eugene in a state of anxiety and dependence. It is a power play designed to remind Eugene that he doesn't own his own life. The second scene shows the opportunism of the middle management.
Oh, you left? Yeah. I stopped by Stewart's. I got a whole lunch set up.
Christopher represents the future of the family, and the future looks bleak. Eugene approaches Christopher because he knows Christopher is close to Tony. He hopes that Christopher can put in a good word for him regarding the Florida move. This is a classic example of workplace politics. When the boss is stonewalling you, you try to go through his favorite lieutenant. However, Christopher's reaction is not one of sympathy. It is one of calculation. Christopher realizes immediately that Eugene is desperate, and in the world of the Sopranos, desperation is a commodity to be exploited.
Did Tony mention anything to you about what we talked about?
About you moving to Florida?
Christopher has a problem. He needs a guy named Teddy Speardock killed in Boston. Christopher doesn't want to do it himself, and he...
Arnold is unsuccessfully distributing these opposite of treasure maps. Dudley shows him how a real salesman does it, then wants in on the offer to hand out a pedophile's leaflets for a free radio. Arnold announces he gave out all the flyers.
That is great, Arnold. You're sure some terrific passer out it.
I have a way with words when I put my mouth to it.
Maybe don't advertise what that mouth do. Mr. Horton says this calls for a celebration. How about a banana split? His attached Mr. Drummond warns it's about to get very real in this bitch. Buckle up. The fam's returning bikes after a ride. Mr. Horton comes out juggling. He used to juggle knives in the circus. Not a troubling backstory at all. He says instead of renting, Mr. Drummond should buy a bike. Sounds good to Arnold. Mr. Drummond doesn't like the idea of Arnold riding around town. There are a lot of creepy weirdos. Arnold says a bike now is a great investment. He's going to be this size forever. Mr. Horton shows Arnold a fresh red bike. He loves it. He can wear a red helmet with red pants and pronounce C's like B so people know where he comes from. Mr. Drummond says it'll make a fine birthday gift. Mr. Horton tells Arnold if he passes out these flyers, he'll give him a nifty radio.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
You keep coming up with these presents, you can scratch me all over.
He might just take you up on that, Arnold. Arnold is unsuccessfely distributing these opposite of treasure maps. Dudley shows him how a real salesman does it, then wants in on the offer to hand out a pedophile's leaflets for a free radio. Arnold announces he gave out all the flyers.
That is great, Arnold. You're sure some terrific passer out it.
I have a way with words when I put my mouth to it.
Maybe don't advertise what that mouth do. Mr. Horton says this calls for a celebration. How about a banana split in his attached apartment that features one of those arcade cabinets older men are known to have loved in the 1980s?
Arnold, this is the tallest, the sweetest, the gooeyest, the stickiest, the most disgusting banana split I think I've ever made.
That checks out. Most of his disgusting sticky messes aren't very tall at all.
The way I eat it, it won't have a chance to melt. My tongue's faster than a hummingbird's wing.
Arnold, please say less right now. Mr. Horton says it sucks. Arnold's dad won't give him the bike until his birthday. But if he wants to swing by after school, he can ride that red thing. Maybe take the bike for a spin too. But do not tell Dad about the bike. Matter of fact, don't tell Dad she is. Arnold tells Dudley the awesome news that Mr. Horton has toys and trains and video games. It's like Michael Jackson's house. Just like Michael Jackson's house. And he might be able to get Dudley in on the banana-shaped stuff in your mouth action. Mr. Horton sees his young guests and plants some porn between comic books. Very weird laugh track. He invites them into his sad apartment for pizza. He says the za is cooking, but he needs to go to the front, so peruse his well-stocked literature in the meantime. Arnold's mind is blown. That's a titty. That's a titty. Whole book full of titty. Mr. Horton catches them and says, it's all good. A little titty never hurt no one. The human body is a work of art. Now here's some pizza with a not-so-subtle sales pitch on the side.
You know, guys, you can just have an awful lot of fun with your clothes off. Unless, of course, you live at the North Pole and gonna freeze your tush off.
Very, very weird laugh track. He says skinny dipping is fun. Here are pictures of him swimming naked with kids to prove it. Dudley says it looks like a party. Arnold is not about that life. Mr. Horton asks if these young adults want a little wine with their pizza, like in France or Michael Jackson's house. Arnold says no way. But when Dudley says yup, Arnold refuses to let him drink alone. True friendship. Mr. Horton says let's play Instagram. Dudley can be Tarzan, but Tarzan never wore a shirt. Better pop that thing off, Dunster. Now let's take some pictures, drink some wine, have a good time. To be continued right now. Horton says Tarzan needs a line. He volunteers. He loves lying to kids. But first, more jungle juice. Arnold says no thanks. That stuff nasty. But when Dudley calls him a punk, Arnold says pour up drank. Close enough. Horton invites them to jump on his twin-sized mattress, an underdog contender for top 5 saddest things about this episode. He says they can use his nickname, Curly, a nickname for his hair, just not the ones on his head. A customer arrives. It's Mr. Drummond. He tries to pay for the bike, but can't take the hint to scram from Horton's horny ass. Arnold sees his daddy talking to the guy he lives with and books it out the back with Dudley in a fistful of gum. Arnold gets busted by Kimberly and Willis with a mouthful of minty chew. They ask why he smells like Kiefer Sutherland's pool house. He says it's just wine. Dudley's dad gave it to him. And what's the big deal? Everyone drinks wine in France, but he's not in France or Michael Jackson's house. And if Dad finds out, he's going to whoop his ass. Arnold feels bad about all the sneaking. Mr. Horton has some cartoons that might change his mind. Arnold's not convinced.
Oh, that's all right, Dudley. That just means that there's more Boston cream pie for you and me.
Boston cream pie?
Let's pray to God he's talking about dessert and not a road trip. Mr. Horton puts on the tunes.
That mouse just lost his pants. He's not wearing any undershorts. Look at that girl mouse. She's wearing a bikini. Not anymore.
Very, very, very weird laugh track. This vintage hentai finally exceeds Arnold's capacity for bullshit. He's taking his cream pie to go. Mr. Horton says now they can play Neptune. It's a water game in the shower. Dudley's gonna love it. Dudley's dad swings by the Drummond residence. He politely requests they stop sending Dudley home sauce. Yesterday he came home smelling like Nick Nolte's Golden Globes tuxedo. Mr. Drummond denies the allegations. Willis and Kimberly spill beans. They say Arnold came home schmam but claimed he got loose at Dudley's house. Dudley is going to talk with his son. Mr. Drummond is going to go whoop Arnold's ass. Time to tackle the serious topic of preteen alcoholics.
He came to discuss something that I found quite informative.
Oh, what's that?
You and Dudley hitting the bottle.
What you talking about, Dad?
Nailed. Mr. Drummond wants a name. Arnold fingers Horton, which is not the way Horton hoped things would go.
He gave us some pizza and wine.
What else went on there?
He showed us some pictures. Everybody was naked.
Naked?
And he showed us some kinky cartoons.
What do you mean by kinky?
Well, you told me about the birds and bees, but that's nothing compared to what those mice were doing.
Mr. Drummond calls 5-0 and brings him to Horton's den of Schwinn. Busted, you sweatered sicko. Dudley says Horton gave him a pill to feel good, but he does not feel good. At first it was fun. Then Mr. Horton tried to touch him. His dad says it's not his fault, and he loves him. Then makes a face that says, "Goddamn you white people." Arnold doesn't know who to trust anymore. Mr. Drummond says you can still trust most people, even like 3 of the white ones. But watch out, and brings him to Horton's den of Schwinn. Busted, you sweatered sicko. Dudley says Horton gave him a pill to feel good, but he does not feel good. At first it was fun. Then Mr. Horton tried to touch him. His dad says it's not his fault, and he loves him. Then makes a face that says, "Goddamn you white people." Arnold doesn't know who to trust anymore. Mr. Drummond says you can still trust most people, even like 3 of the white ones. But watch out for adults who tell you to keep secrets from your parents or lavish you with gifts and wine, even if they made Thriller. So what did we learn today? Stay the hell away from bike shops, because the nice old man running them might try to feed your kid ice cream and wine, then show him pictures of his saggy old balls and photograph his best friend without a shirt on. And if someone offers you a free radio, you're better off just buying the damn thing and saving yourself a lot of stress and therapy. And it doesn't matter what people do in France, because we are not in France or Michael Jackson's house. See you next time on a very special episode. Kenny says Papa's glum since he can't work after a double bypass. Tell him your problems so he feels needed. They claim to have no problems. Ruthie assures them all their shit's a mess. Like Simon, who has a crush on Cecilia but won't tell her. Plus a bunch of other plotlines, who cares? Eric is moping about taking off his pants for a day of no work. That's the dream. He wants to return to meddling in everyone's affairs. He doesn't want to feel like
some sick guy.
Right, wouldn't want that, Reverend. Ruthie has some meddling leads, like Simon and Cecilia, plus 9 other plots. No thanks. Lucy gets approached by Paul, her friend. Paul quit his job at Pete's Pizza. Her showbiz, baby. But first,
I need you to tell my brother I'm going to become a star.
Okay. Paul wants to join the Famous People Players.
A black-white musical theater company that travels all over the world?
All the performers are developmentally disabled like Paul. His homie Tom introduced him to the founder, Diane. And
She said I can be a Famous People player.
Diane can make it happen in this town, except Paul's brother Lenny doesn't treat him like the full adult man he is. But he'll certainly listen to Lucy, not a full adult or man. Papa invited Cecilia over. She's Ashley fucking Simpson. Of course she is. Everyone's pissed at Eric for sticking his nose in all their shit. Lucy runs in talking nutty about an aspiring puppeteer in the backyard who won't come in until she calls Lenny. Time for a drug test, young lady. Eric feels worthless.
A week ago, I was a man in control who helped his kids.
The longer he stays away from kids, the better. Paul with the bold intro.
Hi. Who are you? Who are you? I asked you first.
Game, set, match, Paul. Eric returns from his gripping convo to meet Lenny and his wife Marie. Eric's thrilled about fresh lives to destroy. Only they're here to talk to Lucy, not Eric. He's gonna need surgery again the way you're breaking his heart. They're understandably surprised. Paul wants to join a glow-in-the-dark traveling puppet show. Lucy tries to sell them, but Lenny doesn't get it.
He wants to play with puppets.
I take it back. Lenny gets it. They say Paul can barely keep a job at Pete's. Surprise, he can't do that either. Lucy says he has a lot more potential than just Pete's. Shitting on everyone who makes her pizza. She assures these randos that their relatives she hardly knows should run away to join the ultraviolet circus. Lenny decides what's best for his brother, working at Pete's until he drops dead from greasy depression. Eric and Paul bro out over their sadness. Eric feels useless, and Paul...
I want to be a Famous People player.
Okay.
I want to work with Diane, not pizza.
Okay.
I'm a man.
I'm a man too.
I never say this, but you two have to start a podcast. Ruthie needs advice. Eric passes until he gets some encouragement from his new bestie. Ruthie has a friend being starved by her parents. I could have sworn we did this one last week. Eric says names now. Lucy names Alice Brand. Lenny won't let Paul trade pizza for puppets, even though that's an upgrade. Lucy apologizes she couldn't get him released from his pepperoni prison, but she's not giving up yet. She's got a plan with Diane. Alice Brand and her family got a visit from 12. The Brands don't appreciate or understand these baseless allegations. The Candons explain it's not okay to lie about child abuse because you think being needed by way of meddling will make dad feel better. Where'd Ruthie even get that idea? She silently snitches on her mom with her eyes. Eric says it's not Annie's fault. He's sad.
God.
We'll go hop in line for his complaint department behind everyone else who's ever fucking existed, dude. Lenny and Marie watch a Famous People Players performance with Diane, but Paul can't do that. Guess what, bitches? Paul was on that tape. He quit Pete's and squatted up last week, snuck out and took the bus. Just like Boogie Nights, but I assume less hogjacking for money. Diane, the actual Famous People Players founder in real life, yes, it's a real thing, says folks scoffed at her when she started in the 70s.
Create a blacklight puppet theater company with developmentally challenged performers.
I mean, I kinda see where the scoffers were coming from, but she knew her iridescent theater would make dreams come true. The kind of dreams impossible to realize working at Pete's Pizza. They give their blessing for Paul to leave them, probably forever, to run around in the dark covered in neon paint. So what did we learn today? Life's too short. You might get a heart attack. So quit your shitty job and run away from your stupid family with a glow-in-the-dark circus for the developmentally disabled. And Ashley Simpson was on this show. Crazy. And if you try to fix people's problems, you will make things worse. So don't bother. And God hates you. See you next time on a very special episode.
Oh my god.
Hero of the Asser.
Morning. Quick question.
How does a guy get 38 people to kill themselves so they can get on a UFO with him?
Simpler times. You see, shitheads manipulate idiots.
Oh, so it's kind of like church.
Smart kid. Eric explains repeating a lie creates believers. He knows all about preying on vulnerabilities. He wants to teach Simon brainwashing.
If you subtly insist that you're shrinking, you could eventually get the other kids to believe it.
It's not fair to trick Ruthie, so get her in as an accomplice. He knows all about preying on vulnerabilities. Simon begins his family gaslighting. Chatty Cathy spreads lunchtime gossip that Shelby's bulimic. She barely eats, then always leaves. Probably to puke. Mary says that's not true, so Lucy plots to invite her to dinner under the guise of algebra homework to expose her eating disorder. Meanwhile, Gladys doesn't know why her dear friend Mrs. Hinkle put her house up for sale and moved to a nursing home with no notice. She suspects her children forced her into this giant fridge, but Mrs. Hinkle requested to have no visitors. Lucy invites Shelby to her vomit trap with a smile. Ice cold. Simon and Ruthie use their tiny brains to fool Matt's tiny brain, then tag team brainwash the rest of the fam.
Must be shrinking. You need to see a doctor.
What fun. Gladys is frantic. She still hasn't heard from Mrs. Hinkle.
I'm gonna get her out of that place one way or the other. Now you can either come along and help, or you can read about it in the front page after I'm done.
What the hell is Gladys planning to do? They somehow get past nursing home security to Mrs. Hinkle. She seems fine. Blink twice if you need help, lady.
My refrigerator makes ice in little crescents right in the door.
It's great.
Sailing on.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Every part of this is my nightmare. They ask if her kids had something to do with her sudden move. She just wanted a smaller place with less upkeep, plus safety from intruders breaking in, like these two. Gladys knows something's off. She vows to crack the case. Mrs. Hinkle goes to sleep at 2:45 p.m. Annie smells a steam brewing. They explain they're tricking the family into thinking Simon's shrinking to learn about group suicide. Standard day in the suburbs. Matt overhears, and Annie's fine with all of it.
I'm gonna go downstairs and get us a snack. Do you feel like anything in particular?
Alert! The starving eagle has landed.
Where's your bathroom?
Gotcha. Lucy tells Mary that Shelby's been gotten, then admits she invited an allegedly bulimic classmate she barely knows over to see firsthand if she purges. Standard day in the suburbs. Eric, off Gladys' suspicions, snoops on Mrs. Hinkle's open house. Her two kids recite the word-for-word reasons Mrs. Hinkle said she moved. Oh, fuck. They're cult leaders. A really small, really boring old cult. Eric snitches to Gladys. Is that... Mitch invites Matt to chill.
Kick back, mellow out.
Simon and Lucy are taking the bus to school. Perhaps because Mary got her permit and they're terrified of her driving. The cool bus kids make Simon sit with the geeks. The driver hates him. Makes sense. Lucy's getting hit on by a dweeb, blatantly disrespecting his girlfriend, Sheila. Papa Camden consoles Elizabeth, a grieving divorced mom whose son died years ago. How to move on. Treat yourself.
Go to a salon. Get a massage. You call in a housekeeper.
Feel better by making someone do manual labor for you. Not the worst plan. Also, just kinda hope shit works out.
That's what you think we should do.
Yeah, I do.
The worst plan. Matt spies a lady wearing overalls for two with car trouble. Despite knowing jack about cars, he investigates. The pregnant teen steals his wheels and peels out. Straight savage. Meanwhile, Simon brokers a deal where the nerds help the cools with their homework. Whatever. And Sheila's gonna cut a bitch for talking to her man. One time questions Matt, who reports a lady with a baby caught him slipping in the sunshine. But they're not buying it, as the car he's with has been reported stolen. Let's hope she loves that kid as much as stealing cars. Susie smiles, enters the salon, stoked.
Happy to be alive.
Elizabeth learns 3 years ago she got a heart transplant and will not shut the fuck up about it. Mama Camden waves to some random children and flexes that she bangs. Simon is the mayor of the bus now. Driver still hates him. Makes sense. And Sheila's about to put hands on Lucy's throat to remind her where her air comes from. Elizabeth tells Eric about the jubilant woman with the heart of a corpse. You know, she donated her son's organs. Maybe that talker has his ticker. Hey, where the shit is Matt? There the shit is Matt.
Until we can find a young pregnant woman who stole Matt's car.
Your son is officially a suspect for Grand Theft Auto. A sentence cops say all the time. Eric calls Heart Lady to his Jesus office, but her donor wasn't Elizabeth's son. Who cares? Sheila challenges Lucy to a fight backed by her juvie all-star posse. Officer Haircut found Matt's whip. Turns out Teresa, the future mom, is on the run from her parents and stole their car. Lucy tattles on Sheila, but Mary's still hurt. She picked the bus over her driving. Lucy explains they're only busing because they're ashamed of their Prego mom. Now everyone knows Reverend Camden's been painting her church walls raw with his holy water. Something already clear as day, as there's 19 fucking kids in their family. Simon learns the bus geeks are actually dumb, and the peers they help are failing. Whatever. Annie's body spasms are interrupted when Eric brings in Teresa the thief. He invited her parents over who don't know she's pregnant. Teresa apologizes and explains why she ran.
My parents told me 1,000 times that if they ever found out I had sex, they would disown me.
Yeah, this should go well. Lucy, to avoid a beating, runs to the family wagon. Simon does the same. The driver still hates him. Makes sense. These two kids are too soft for the school bus. Back home.
Hey, where's the pregnant chick who stole Matt's car?
Kitchen. And show some respect.
Yeah, Ruthie. Stole Matt's Camaro. It's not a car, it's a lifestyle. Teresa's parents see her baby belly and shame the ever-loving shit out of her in the stranger's living room. They really go to town. Just so mean to their childless child. Annie and Eric are like, guys, please stop bullying your pregnant kid where we place categories. Teresa sobs through a sorry they do not accept. They disown her. Then exit talking smack about how much dirty sex must go on in this house to produce all these kids. Mary uses them to explain. Don't be ashamed of mom and dad boning or you'll be just as bad as those two goobers. Thank heavens they were there to teach them a lesson that will cost Teresa a lifetime of therapy. Eric reveals Elizabeth's son wasn't the donor, but he has an idea that goobers. Thank heavens they were there to teach them a lesson that will cost Teresa a lifetime of therapy. Eric reveals Elizabeth's son wasn't the donor, but he has an idea that's just crazy enough to work. Everyone's friends now. Okay. And Teresa lives with Elizabeth. Okay. Then he brings in a parade of the organ recipients who are using her dead son's parts to live their pointless lives. Well, if she knew his body would do so much good, she'd have killed him herself years ago. So what did we learn today? Never turn your back on a pregnant lady. They will steal your car. And sex sometimes leads to kids. Bummer. But don't make organ recipients who are using her dead son's parts to live their pointless lives. Well, if she knew his body would do so much good, she'd have killed him herself years ago. So what did we learn today? Never turn your back on a pregnant lady. They will steal your car. And sex sometimes leads to kids. Bummer. But don't make people feel bad about it. Their stupid kids will eventually do that job for you. And the key to getting over your dead son is a manicure, a new bestie, plus 2 house guests who won't pay rent. And Sheila will cut a bitch if you ever talk to her man. See you next time on a very special episode. Morning. Quick question.
How does a guy get 38 people to kill themselves so they can get on a UFO with him?
Simpler times. You see, shitheads manipulate idiots.
Oh, so it's kind of like church.
Smart kid. Eric explains repeating a lie creates believers. He knows all about preying on vulnerabilities. He wants to teach Simon brainwashing.
If you subtly insist that you're shrinking, you could eventually get the other kids to believe it.
It's not fair to trick Ruthie, so get her in as an accomplice. He knows all about preying on vulnerabilities. Simon begins his family gaslighting. Chatty Cathy spreads lunchtime gossip that Shelby's bulimic. She barely eats, then always leaves. Probably to puke. Mary says that's not proof, so Lucy plots to invite her to dinner under the guise of algebra homework to expose her eating disorder. Meanwhile, Gladys doesn't know why her dear friend Mrs. Hinkle put her house up for sale and moved to a nursing home with no notice. She suspects her children forced her into this giant fridge, but Mrs. Hinkle requested to have no visitors. Lucy invites Shelby to her vomit trap with a smile. Ice cold. Simon and Ruthie use their tiny brains to fool Matt's tiny brain, then tag team brainwash the rest of the fam.
Must be shrinking. You need to see a doctor.
What fun. Gladys is frantic. She still hasn't heard from Mrs. Hinkle.
I'm gonna get her out of that place one way or the other. Now you can either come along and help, or you can read about it in the front page after I'm done.
What the hell is Gladys planning to do? They somehow get past nursing home security to Mrs. Hinkle. She seems fine. Blink twice if you need help, lady.
My refrigerator makes ice in little crescents right in the door.
It's great.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Every part of this is my nightmare. They ask if her kids had something to do with her sudden move. She just wanted a smaller place with less upkeep, plus safety from intruders breaking in, like these two. Gladys knows something's off. She vows to crack the case. Mrs. Hinkle goes to sleep at 2:45 p.m. Annie smells a scheme brewing. They explain they're tricking the family into thinking Simon's shrinking to learn about group suicide. Standard day in the suburbs. Matt overhears, and Annie's fine with all of it.
I'm gonna go downstairs to get us a snack. Do you feel like anything in particular?
Alert! The starving eagle has landed.
Where's your bathroom?
Gotcha. Lucy tells Mary that Shelby's been gotten, then admits she invited an allegedly bulimic classmate she barely knows over to see firsthand if she purges. Standard day in the suburbs. Eric, off Gladys' suspicion, snoops on Mrs. Hinkle's open house. Her two kids recite the word-for-word reasons Mrs. Hinkle said she moved. Oh, they're cult leaders. A really small, really boring old cult. Eric snitches to Gladys. His dad alarm still went off on someone else's adult children. Mary observes Simon's baggy pants. Is he shrinking?
You need to see a doctor.
Simon can't reach his other dorky clothes. Matt says he is smaller. Dear God, he really is shrinking.
I am shrinking. For real. You need to see a doctor.
Happy the dog is the smartest one in the room. Eric and Gladys confront Mrs. Hinkle about her kids identical, sell the house, and put mama in a home. Talking points. She divulges her children are in credit card debt and want to travel. And after all talking, they all decided it'd be best if she lives in a shithole so they can pay off their annex and go on vacation. She now sees letting a conversation convince you about selling your house is dangerous. So she lets this conversation convince her about selling her house. Simon believes he is shrinking into nothing. We should all be so lucky. Matt confesses he heard and tricked him by moving his shit and telling Mary and altering his pants. But Simon still insists on seeing a doctor. Annie scolds Matt for duping simple Simon into a shrinking checkup that is certainly not covered by insurance. Mrs. Hinkle and Gladys stop the house sale. Be gone with your broke asses.
What about your safety? You're an older woman living alone in a big house. Do you think some stranger could hurt me worse than my own children?
Ain't that about a bitch? Shelby excuses herself from dinner. Annie's on it.
I wanted to make sure you were okay. You think I just threw up? I'm not sure what to think.
She was just brushing her braces with this dirty toothbrush she carries in her pocket. Fucking gross. Shelby's okay with her regurgitation reputation because it's better than the truth.
I'm hungry. You know, my mom's welfare and stuff got cut off, and things are tough.
Cool. She's not bulimic, just starving to death from poverty. Shelby knew this whole thing was a stomach sting operation, but didn't care because she's that.
And things are tough.
Cool. She's not bulimic, just starving to death from poverty. Shelby knew this whole thing was a stomach sting operation, but didn't care because she's that fucking hungry. She actually apologizes for using them for their food. Annie invites Shelby and her family over for dinner anytime, then tells Lucy to tell everyone else she's not bulimic, but also offers no alternative explanation. Yeah, that should stop the rumors. So what did we learn today? That classmate you think is bulimic? She's just brushing her braces and so poor that she's starving. And brainwashing others, especially those you call family, is a great way to get them on board with your selfish plans. Just make sure they stay brainwashed and don't reverse brainwash your dumb ass. And it's better to be murdered by a stranger than robbed by your children. See you next time on a very special episode. Annie says Papa's glum since he can't work after a double bypass. Tell him your problems so he feels needed. They claim to have no problems. Ruthie assures them all their shit's a mess. Like Simon, who has a crush on Cecilia but won't tell her. Plus a bunch of other plot lines, who cares? Eric is moping about taking off his pants for a day of no work. That's the dream. He wants to return to meddling in everyone's affairs. He doesn't want to feel like
some sick guy.
Right, wouldn't want that, Reverend. Ruthie has some meddling leads, like Simon and Cecilia, plus 9 other plots. No thanks. Lucy gets approached by Paul, her friend. Paul quit his job at Pete's Pizza. Showbiz, baby. But first,
I need you to tell my brother I'm going to become a star.
Okay. Paul wants to join the Famous People Players.
A black musical theater company that travels all over the world?
All the performers are developmentally disabled like Paul. His homie Tom introduced him to the founder, Diane. And
She said I can be a famous people player.
Diane can make it happen in this town, except Paul's brother Lenny doesn't treat him like the full adult man he is. But he'll certainly listen to Lucy, not a full adult or man. Papa invited Cecilia over. She's Ashley fucking Simpson. Of course she is. Everyone's pissed at Eric for sticking his nose in all their shit. Lucy runs in talking nutty about an aspiring puppeteer in the backyard who won't come in until she calls Lenny. Time for a drug test, young lady. Eric feels worthless.
A week ago, I was a man in control who helped his kids.
The longer he stays away from kids, the better. Paul with the bold intro.
Hi. Who are you? Who are you? I asked you first.
Game, set, match, Paul. Eric returns from his gripping convo to meet Lenny and his wife Marie. Eric's thrilled about fresh lives to destroy. Only they're here to talk to Lucy, not Eric. He's gonna need surgery again the way you're breaking his heart. They're understandably surprised. Paul wants to join a glow-in-the-dark traveling puppet show. Lucy tries to sell them, but Lenny doesn't get it.
He wants to play with puppets.
I take it back. Lenny gets it. They say Paul can barely keep a job at Pete's. Surprise, he can't do that either. Lucy says he has a lot more potential than just Pete's. Shitting on everyone who makes her pizza. She assures these randos that their relatives she hardly knows should run away to join the ultraviolet circus. Lenny decides what's best for his brother, working at Pete's until he drops dead from greasy depression. Eric and Paul bro out over their sadness. Eric feels useless, and Paul...
I want to be a famous people player.
Okay.
I want to work with Diane, not pizza.
Okay.
I'm a man.
I'm a man too.
I never say this, but you two have to start a podcast. Ruthie needs advice. Eric passes until he gets some encouragement from...
Okay.
I'm a man.
I'm a man too.
I never say this, but you two have to start a podcast. Ruthie needs advice. Eric passes until he gets some encouragement from his new bestie. Ruthie has a friend being starved by her parents. Could have sworn we did this one last week. Eric says names now. Lucy names Alice Brand. Lenny won't let Paul trade pizza for puppets, even though that's an upgrade. Lucy apologizes she couldn't get him released from his pepperoni prison, but she's not giving up yet. She's got a plan with Diane. Alice Brand and her family got a visit from 12. The Brands don't appreciate or understand these baseless allegations. The Camdens explain it's not okay to lie about child abuse because you think being needed by way of meddling will make dad feel better. Where'd Ruthie even get that idea? She silently snitches on her mom with her eyes. Eric says it's not Annie's fault. He's sad.
Whose fault is it?
God's.
We'll go hop in line for his complaint department behind everyone else who's ever fucking existed, dude. Lenny and Marie watch a Famous People Players performance with Diane, but Paul can't do that. Guess what, bitches? Paul was on that tape. He quit Pete's and swatted up last week, snuck out and took the bus. Just like Boogie Nights, but I assume less hogjacking for money. Diane, the actual Famous People Players founder in real life, yes, it's a real thing, says folks scoffed at her when she started in the 70s.
Create a blacklight puppet theater company with developmentally challenged performers.
I mean, I kind of see where the scoffers were coming from, but she knew her iridescent theater would make dreams come true. The kind of dreams impossible to realize working at Pete's Pizza. They give their blessing for Paul to leave them, probably forever, to run around in the dark covered in neon paint. So what did we learn today? Life's too short. You might get a heart attack. So quit your shitty job and run away from your stupid family with a glow-in-the-dark circus for the developmentally disabled. And Ashley Simpson was on this show. Crazy. And if you try to fix people's problems, you will make things worse. So don't bother. And God hates you. See you next time. What wholesome game is Ruthie playing?
But I got shot, just like in the video game called Baboom.
Ricky let her play at school. You kill no foes. Baboom rules. Annie prohibits Baboom. Mary hit Matt with a basketball. Okay. Eric's home from a tournament.
There was this kid who was...
What wholesome game is Ruthie playing?
But I got shot, just like in the video game called Baboom.
Ricky let her play at school. You kill no foes. Baboom rules. Annie prohibits Baboom. Mary hit Matt with a basketball. Okay. Eric's home from a tournament.
There was this kid who was so...
No, please, finish that sentence. Simon's new girlfriend, Dina's distraught. Her ex, Johnny's crazy. He's coming after Simon. Simon gives Johnny his most threatening howdy and says Dina's taken. Johnny's pissed. Ruthie accidentally broke Ricky's Baboom. Baboom possessed her. She had to have it pissed. Ruthie accidentally broke Ricky's Baboom. Baboom possessed her. Johnny his most threatening howdy and says Dina's taken. Johnny's pissed. Ruthie accidentally broke Ricky's Baboom. Crazy. He's coming after Simon. Simon gives Johnny his most threatening howdy and says Dina's taken. Johnny's pissed. Ruthie accidentally broke Ricky's Baboom. Baboom possessed her. She had to have it and just grabbed it. She's sent home to dream about that sweet, sweet game all day. Simon is late. Eric's on it. They were hiding, just not long enough.
Stay out of this or I'll take you out of this. Take me out of this? Get it?
Johnny vows to shoot Simon with a 38 special when he least suspects it, which technically would have been any time before saying that. Eric asks what's wrong. Nothing. Not fooling Eric. Someone's playing on Eric's phone. Perhaps related to Simon's secret. Simon snitches his tiny blonde heart out.
Dina's old boyfriend said he was gonna shoot me.
Eric is disgusted. Blasting kids in the face is his thing. Matt visits Shauna. Her brother George likes Mary. Seems nice. Shauna suggests he might not be nice. George violently wrestles Simon's secret. Simon snitches his tiny blonde heart out.
Dina's old boyfriend said he was gonna shoot me.
Eric is disgusted. Blasting kids in the face is his thing. Matt visits Shauna. Her brother George likes Mary. Seems nice. Shauna suggests he might not be nice. George violently wrestles Mary's number out of Shauna. Okay, so he's not nice. Got it. Annie and Eric agreed not to tell the kids that a thug with more puka shell jewelry than pubes put a hit out on Simon. Eric ran a scholastic title telethon.
I left messages for every other school employee I could think of, including cafeteria lady.
Then blames video games and movies for corrupting the youth. Enter Ruthie yelling baboom. Annie forbids her from using her imagination to play that game. Eric's on the horn with the assistant principal. His hands are tied until he talks to Johnny's parents. Gotta go by the book on school shooting threats 5 months before Columbine. Simpler times. Simon and Dina will stay home until then. Not good enough. Eric's going to Johnny's.
Do you think maybe you should ask Sergeant Michaels to ride along with you?
Oh, I've got him doing a little research.
He runs this town like a 20-cent puppet show. George asks Mary out, but don't tell Matt. Matt, by the way, warns George might be dangerous. Wrong word to use, dude. Danger is horny teen cheat codes. Eric rats to Johnny's dad, but Johnny denies.
Along with you?
Oh, I've got him doing a little research.
He runs this town like a 20-cent puppet show. George asks Mary out, but don't tell Matt. Matt, by the way, warns George might be dangerous. Wrong word to use, dude. Danger is horny teen cheat codes. Eric rats to Johnny's dad, but Johnny denies knowing Simon. Anyone would.
I think this conversation's gone far enough. Do you want a gun? Oh, I thought so.
What tipped you off? You're in America? Watching Gone with the Wind gave Lucy the idea to slap her man. Violence. It's everywhere, folks. Ruthie begs Simon for help securing a baboon. Simon, per usual, is worthless. Ruthie outsmarts him with an unlocked sliding door. Sergeant Freshfade got intel. Johnny has a record, and his dad owns a 38 special. How is it legal to share all this? They tell Papa John his increasingly violent kid has a one-way ticket on the Fuck Up Express. They searched his locker. No gun, but...
An altar to violence. There are pictures of people torturing animals, a stack of gun ads, CDs of an extremely sexual and violent nature, comic books along the same themes.
So a mix of good and bad. Eric's fed up. Simon's life is at stake. What's worse, someone who matters could get hurt too. Deputy Clippers drop some fun gun statistics.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people. People with guns kill people.
Keep talking. Think you'll see eye to eye any second. Johnny's family is moving him to private school. They will not be harassed about housing a killer kid or kid killer. Johnny gives Eric them crazy white boy shooter eyes. Mary needs Lucy to cover for her date. She refuses. Kid killer. Johnny gives Eric them crazy white boy shooter eyes. Mary needs Lucy to cover for her date. She refuses.
If you want to slap me, you can slap me. It's not that big a deal.
Only Lucy wants to slap him mid-argument after a kiss, just like that old movie. This chick is certifiably nuts. Mary covers for Lucy's assault, forcing Lucy to now cover for her. This fucking family. Matt spies Shauna's bruises. Their mom smacked George. Now he smacks Shauna. Also, I'm sure Pac-Man and MC Hammer played a part in this somehow. Simon and Dina place their life in the paws of Happy, the guard dog. Matt smells Lucy's lies. She spills her guts about Mary under zero pressure. Eric hits his rice cubicle. Oh, fuck. Here's Johnny. Eric says go easy. Ba-boom. Seemed easy enough for Johnny. Mary's date with George got physical over a game of pinball. She whoops him. Then they tag team call him a sicko who needs help. Step 1, stop playing this devil's jukebox. And he can't believe her holy man just got one hole holier. Ruthie now sees video games are bad because her dad got capped. After showing no remorse for attempted murder, Johnny's locked up until 25. Eric says he's going to help George with his anger issues, but we never see George ever again. Probably fucking killed himself. So what did we learn today? Violence is all around us in fictional video games and movies from the 1930s and pickup basketball games with Jessica Biel. But don't listen to the siren song of brutality because you'll shoot a reverend over a 12-year-old girl. See you next time on a very special episode. Mitch invites Matt to chill.
Kick back, mellow out.
Sounds fun. Matt declines, but Mitch is a saint.
Here's a joke. Guaranteed to knock you on your butt.
Careful, don't want to break the stick that's up there. Matt whoopsie passes to the puppy on his left-hand side. Oh, so that's why his name is Happy. Matt has a fingertip contact high and hits the cookies. Mary needs eye drops because Lucy's burning incense. The pot thickens. Mary invited Wilson over. Lucy invited Rod.
He's 14, and he drives a moped.
Yeah, fucking loser. Eric finds Happy's fatty. Hap, we gotta talk. This smells awful. You need a new dealer. Eric's on high-ass high alert.
Man, eyes are killing me. Hey, no more snacking.
It could be anyone, but Eric's focused on the Cookie Monster.
Do you see Dad spacing out back there?
You guys are paranoid.
A pothead cliche high score.
Is that what I think it is?
Marijuana.
Oh, that's what it is, all right.
Happy. Dropped it. Right by my feet.
Good boy. Most dogs just fetch the paper. Eric accuses Matt. Street name chocolate chip cheaper. And he contends her cookies rock ass without drugs. What about Mary's eyes? Lucy's incense? Eric trusts his dad alarms, but maybe it's an outsider's boogie down broccoli.
Has Matt had any friends over?
Not lately.
Fucking loser. Eric plots to chat with everyone about drugs to guilt someone into snitching. And he hides the jazz cigarette, the gal's bump, a reggae red herring. Eric's excited for those guys to swing by for a meal and interrogation. Lucy wants to borrow one of Mommy's scarves for her date. Nothing gets a teen boy hornier than Mommy's scarves. Sweet Virgin Mary Jane. Annie got a jammy. Nice one, Matt. They can't believe their parents than Mommy's scarves. Sweet Virgin Mary Jane. Annie got a jammy. Nice one, Matt. They can't believe their parents get high. Seriously, have you met them? It's not believable. They conclude it must just be Annie's. She's probably using drugs because she's miserable. I hear that, sister.
Putting it back where I found it.
It's a good idea. Mom might miss it.
Right, that's how marijuana works. Matt calls Mitch. He's down to hang. Anything to leave this house. How's school going, Simon? Learning about any drugs? Simon's seen videos of junkies passed out in alleys. Great school.
Maybe those junkies started out just smoking a joint someone handed them at a party on the school bus.
Or the library. Nurse's office. Nowhere is safe from people throwing weed at you. Lucy shows off for Sherwin-Williams makeover.
Don't know if you're old enough for it, Luce.
Yeah, you're way too old for Eric. He cross-examines about Rod's parents.
Does he have both parents? They go to church? What kind of work do they?
They like edibles? What's their indoor dad's policy?
Happen to know what happened to all the matches?
I don't know, Dad. Maybe you should ask Mom.
They're both trying to trap each other. Must be genetic.
I know the kids can make mistakes sometimes.
He counts on it. Rod's here in a tie-dye Rastafarian shirt with the thinnest of mustaches. Some catch. Eric asks Matt's thoughts on this Rasta rascal.
He's trying pretty hard to be cool.
Would Rastafarians be cool because of their music, their religion, or just because they smoke pot?
Spoken like a true undercover narcotics officer. Annie has shocking news. In college, she experimented.
I've smoked pot.
Sick. So what's the shocking news?
How could you just drop a bomb on me like that and then serve 8 people and a dog a meatloaf?
You fed the dog the meatloaf? You either love that dog or hate your family. Maybe both. Eric shames Annie for hiding her dank dark past, but he has the rest of his life to silently resent her foregone mental liberation. They have to deal with Matt. Hey there, Wilson.
Do you think there's a possibility that this Rod guy may be using drugs?
Wilson can't speak for Rod, but he's clean. His dad drug tests him.
When I became a father at the age of 16, I kind of blew the doors off the trust thing.
Should have blown the roof off a box of condoms.
Do you think I get a moped when I turn 14?
You're not getting a moped as long as I'm alive.
Simon plots to kill Eric. Annie tells Matt once upon a dime.
I smoked pot.
Her friend Rachel and her boyfriend would come over to puff on Lucifer's arugula. Rachel's boyfriend got sick of hearing them giggle at nothing and drove home.
One stoplight before he got there, he got in a terrible accident. He went through the windshield and he was killed instantly.
He'd still be alive if he just lived 2 blocks closer. Annie and Rachel were high as shit when they got the call and thought it'd be fun to go stone to see their friend's mangled corpse. It was not fun. Fucking duh. She begs Matt to put down the grass before she has to bury him under it. Eric does not like Rod's creepy fondling. That's his move. Get out. Psst. Rod, you ever get faded?
I would never smoke pot. I hear it lowers your sperm count.
Wilson should try it. His swim team's all state. Family meeting. Best up to the joint, or Eric's watching every kid pee in a cup. He might even test them for drugs. Mary sees his accusation and raises him by snitching on Annie. This joint, she was just holding evidence.
It's not like we thought the mom was a stoner or anything.
You literally decided she was just before dinner. Matt cops to the chronic. Simon can't believe he has a doobie brother. They reward Matt's honesty with humiliation.
Is this why you've never held down a job? Because hey, here's something that doesn't take a whole lot of skill to do, just a lighter and a complete lack of self-respect.
Someone passed the ashtray. Matt's world just got roasted. Eric doesn't know how anyone could ever play for the Nuggets. Matt says, ask Mom, then bolts to hang with the buds. Eric is furious at Annie's transparency.
We don't tell them about our sexual history. Why would we start sharing everything about our past?
Maybe tell them about your sexual history. Matt pulls over half a block away before he starts enjoying life. Eric can't deal with losing his family to sticky green nasty. He needs to go for a drive to church, where they bump into Matt confessing to God he was never gonna blaze that Jared Kushner. Don't cry to God about weed, sir. He invented it. So what did we learn today? Don't smoke marijuana. You will die. And people in high school give you free drugs you didn't ask for. Enjoy it. Won't happen again. And the only thing worse than bringing home a joint is bringing home a rod. See you next time on a very special episode. See you next time on a very special episode. Hey, don't smoke marijuana. You will die. And people in high school give you free drugs you didn't ask for. Enjoy it. Won't happen again. And the only thing worse than bringing home a joint is bringing home a rod. Corey wants pizza, but Papa's cooking soul food for Black History Month. Corey says this month can pound pavement. He has to write a boring report about it. Raven and Chelsea are hitting the mall to apply for a job at Sassy's, a store for teen girls. That sounds like hell on earth. Chelsea has no experience, no skills, and no idea why she wants this job. Raven advises her to try a little harder on the application. Raven listed she designs clothes.
Can whistle through nose.
God fucking damn it, Chelsea. Chloe, the manager, test the gals on their folding aptitude. Raven crushed it. She folded and organized like an infomercial for Adderall. Chelsea, on the other hand, God damn it, Chelsea. Now we have to help a customer build an outfit from this tacky dungeon. Raven's handling the tall order like a pro. Chelsea is about as useless as fake tits on a zebra. Chloe will be in touch. Meanwhile, Corey is slacking on his report. Victor says he better put some respect on this damn month, or he'll be history. Raven tells Eddie she aced the interview. And Chelsea, participation trophy. Chelsea's on the phone with Chloe. She starts at Sassy's today. When does Raven start? Yeah. Well, Raven didn't get the job, but she was so good, and Chelsea was so very, very bad. Why? It's vision time.
The truth is, I don't hire black.
That's so racist. Raven is shocked. But Eddie notes you only see white employees at Sassy's. He keeps journals on it. Everyone needs a hobby. Chelsea, oh white, didn't know this racism stuff was still around. Eddie emotionally recalls losing a childhood best friend because of a bigoted father. Wow, that's a heavy story.
Well, I'm off to work.
Okay, excuse me, Chelsea? Chelsea's just going in to quit. She's an ally. Although working there full time would certainly be the best way to hurt Sassy's. Meanwhile, Corey fell asleep, and Frederick fucking Douglass crawls out of his computer to introduce him to a veritable parade of dead African-American trailblazers. Best Black History Month ever. Raven is bummed she lost a job to racism. A fact she only knows because she's a magical black person on a show created by two white people, but whatever. Victor wants to shut Sassy's down. Mama notes that psychic premonitions don't hold up well in court. Raven's just one person. She can't change the world. Victor compares her to Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King, which is a bit of a stretch for a part-time position at Sassy's, but whatever. Time to expose that hateful bitch. The gang links up with a news reporter to catch Chloe with a hidden camera and a hat. A crazy ugly hat. Raven is in position. Go team, go.
Chelsea Daniels reporting for her first day of work.
Fucking hell, Chelsea, not now. Enter this inconspicuous character. Chloe says keep an eye on that guy.
Certain kinds of people need a little more attention.
Yeah, white women named Chloe. Raven explains to Chelsea's simple mind that she's in disguise. A detail they could have reviewed beforehand, and wildly unnecessary subterfuge as her father could have easily played this part. Chloe steps in to, may I help you? Raven flashes credentials that she's Marvin Sweetback, the new international Sassy's manager. Marvin wants to know why there are no signs for a Black History Month sale. Is Chloe aware it's Black History Month?
You do hire people of color, don't you?
Laying it on a little thick, Marvin. Chloe saw a great black applicant yesterday named Raven. She'll call her. Raven's phone is going to give her away. So yeah, Eddie comes back with her phone. Great plan, all around, guys. And says he's here to apply for a job. Is that a problem, Chloe?
No, of course not.
Chloe's tolerance is really throwing a wrench in things. Raven tells Chelsea to get the goods on tape now. Chloe explains she's only pretending to hire Eddie and plans to trash his application. Why would you ever do that, Chloe?
Chelsea, can I trust you?
My own boss.
The truth is, I don't hire black people.
Chelsea, I swear to God with your nonsense. But Ku Klux Chloe says it again, right into the hat. What a dummy. Master race my ass. Chloe is exposed. Chloe's fired. Racism is over. So what did we learn today?
I did not know Black History was so delicious.
Shut the fuck up, Chelsea. There are despicable racist people hiding in plain sight. They're named Chloe. They work at the mall. And one person can make a difference. But you need hidden cameras, prosthetic makeup, and the help of your local media. And you don't need superpowers to know a place named Sassy's is a fucking nightmare. See you next time on a very special episode.
The Sea Patrol needs augmentation. Lawmaster, lend us your power. These advances will be useful. A reasonable request.
What do you require? The winds are rising.
I await your command.
Master of Myth. Yes.
By the White Tower.
Your martial virtue seems lacking. Seaguard! For Assyrian! Forfeit their wealth! Commander of the Sea Patrol! Slay them! One shall use this stronghold.
Noble born, I have much to teach them.
Standing orders. What news? Aislinn.
We have nothing to fear.
Impossible!
The winds are rising.
Our cause is noble.
Yes? Akshai, I call thee.
That's another good ass research.
The battle!
Bro, what is up with this ride?
Aye!
I will share my experience. True son of Ulfwan.
Strike at the heart!
Alright guys, I'm gonna be